Hi, I'm Barbara Cutrera. Today I would like to talk with you about my latest release. It's called Sight Unseen. It's book 1 in the Limitless series. And the reason I started to write this series, you do see people who have physical or mental challenges in all sorts of books. But what I have found is that it tends to go in waves. There tend to be fads, the paralyzed veteran or the amputee who's come back from fighting in the war, or people who are autistic. That's a very popular one at the moment. And that is great. And I may write about people like that in the future. But I chose this particular series to write because I am visually impaired, and I was a rehabilitation technician and a rehabilitation counselor for 9 years. And I thought, one day I was talking with my husband about people's perceptions and misconceptions about those with visual impairment, including the visually impaired, because a lot of times sighted people and blind people have a lot of misconceptions about what people with visual impairment are capable of doing, which is pretty much anything except driving and doing things like performing neurosurgery. Probably not a good idea. But we are extremely capable. We just have limitations. But there are things that help us to function just as well as other people in today's world. There's technology. There are support systems. There are some very minor adaptations to daily living that help people to do just about anything. We can do all sorts of things that most people don't even dream of. They think, oh, that's horrible. I can't imagine anything worse than being visually impaired. There's a lot worse than being visually impaired. I mean, come on, So anyway, that's another story. Today, we're going to be talking about Sight Unseen. The official release date is October the 4th. The main characters are Logan Kirkland, who is blind. He is a business owner who moves to Sarasota, Florida to open his new business, and he hires a marketing firm to help him with promotion and marketing. And Beth Panera is assigned to work on his project. And Logan and Beth are basically instantly attracted to one another, but they're working together. So they become very good friends, but they keep it professional. And after their time working together is complete, they fall in love. And they are very excited about this. Beth is always excited about a new challenge, but that's not why she fell in love with Logan, because he's blind. She just finds that an interesting facet of this sexy, capable person who's just very, very much basically on her same wavelength. He gets her quirks, and she gets his quirks. The problem is that both of them have baggage, just as we all do. Beth has family issues with her parents and her brother, and Logan has a lot of childhood issues because he had a very unusual childhood. So it's not just his disability that causes the story to move along. It's also their own personal stories and how they handle those together. And so I thought, why not put in all of those questions? Not every single one, but many of the questions people ask. And it's not like a tutorial. It's just worked into the book. How does Logan function? How does he match up his clothes to get dressed every day? How does he cook, etc.? Things like that. That's all just woven into the story. The main point is the love story, which is the point of any romance. And my romances are all steamy, but I wanted to focus on writing a series where one of the main characters in each book has a physical or emotional challenge. And that's what the Limitless series is all about. So this one, Sight Unseen, is coming out this year. I already have the next book, Better Left Unsaid, which is about a girl who's mute but not deaf. That will come out probably next fall. And then right now I'm working on book 3 in the series, which is called Unheard of. And it's about a man who's profoundly deaf. And book 4 is already written, and that is about a girl who has epilepsy. And so that one is called Brainstorm. So you get the idea. The series is about real people who are capable, who are trying to make their way in the world and find happiness and love, and how they are just as sexy and desirable as anyone who doesn't have these limitations. Because let's face it, that is the real truth of it all. You can have these rich, sexy billionaires that you see in a lot of books, and they're all super handsome and nobody has any physical problems or emotional trauma and all this stuff. That's fine. But I personally get bored with stuff like that. And so I try to write about real people with real challenges, finding real love. And that's what the Limitless series is about. And so please check out Sight Unseen, and I look forward to talking with you next time. Thank you. Happy reading.